Welcome to Shadle's Table. My name is Josh Shadle, and today we're going to be talking about low back pain. If you don't have ankle mobility or mobility in your feet, so that's what I'm going to talk to you today is if you can unrestrict the fascia that's too tight in your feet, then your feet are going to wreak havoc on your low back. Now, we need to strengthen our feet, and we also need to unrestrict our feet. So I've got some basic tools here that if you don't have, these are great things to have. A cross ball, a massage stick, a foam roller, a percussion gun. This is probably not a common tool, but Trigger Point makes this small roller. I absolutely love it because it's a little bit softer, almost like a thumb. I find it works really well for the foot and the calf, and it's pretty comfortable. But we're gonna keep our foot nice and relaxed. We don't wanna tense our foot. We just wanna let it relax. What we can do is we can kind of explore the outside of our arch, the inside of our arch, and across the balls of our feet. A lot of people are really restricted on the outside of their foot. Try to get some blood flow down into your foot, which is pretty far away from your heart. Enough pressure that it's not causing me to tense up. We're trying to loosen up the inside and the outside and the balls of the feet. You know, our feet are a lot like our hands. Our feet have 30 joints, and a lot of those joints are pretty restricted on you. And just rolling the foot out, trying to open up some of those joints. Try a massage stick. That almost feels better than the lacrosse ball. We can try the Trigger Point, outside of the foot, inside of the arch. And if we've got a massage gun, you know, just doing level 1, you can put a sock on if you don't want to do it directly on your skin. I'm finding that things are pretty intense on the outside of my foot. Usually where it's intense, I find it to be pretty weak, and that would make a lot of sense because of these outside toes. Just like our outside fingers, they're going to be the weakest parts. They're also the parts that help with the balance. This is going to help with the balance. It's going to correlate to the outsides of our hips. Another thing that we can do is we can kind of look at the calf and the shin. And so we want to attack the front shin muscle, which is called the tibialis anterior. That muscle helps you dorsal flex and invert your foot. It's typically pretty weak, but this video is totally on just unrestricting the fascia and trying to get some blood flow and loosen some things up. So we can just hit the front of this shin here. Part of this particular muscle is going to be up here, and then it starts to kind of turn into more tendons down here, and there's a lot of nerves down here, so it can be more tense down lower. So I would focus a lot of your efforts on the upper part of that shin muscle, your tibialis anterior. You can add some movement into it if you want. You can use the massage stick to roll out the front of my shin. Great exercise to do. It does require a little bit of balance. Is to put the front of your shin on the foam roller, and you can just roll it out just like this. And if you want more pressure, you take your other leg and you put it on the back of your calf, of the leg that you're rolling out. And I am basically balancing here, and all my body weight is on that shin muscle. Now this is going to be really intense. And breathe into it and roll out that whole muscle. This is a fantastic exercise to hit that front shin muscle. While we're on the foam roller, another great exercise, which is from Kelly Starrett, great physical therapist. He calls it the bone saw. If we want to work the back of the calf, this blade, your tibia, which is like a blade, we can use it to saw the back of this calf. So we put it perpendicular and flatten out the calf muscle, and we can basically roll this up. That's what it's like. It's a little awkward. We can sit down on it. Yeah, that's a pretty good amount of pressure. That works pretty well. It feels a little awkward though. You can take a massage stick or a bread dough roller. If you got a bread dough roller, you could use that, but you should invest in a good massage stick. And just roll the back of your calf. You could also have somebody else roll the back of your calf. All the parts, outside, middle, inside. working the back of the calf. I like doing it in this position while the muscle is a little more relaxed. Any massage gun will do. And you can see how slowly, instead of, doing this, actually put a little pressure in there and see if you can find some tender spots. When you find a tender spot, you can either just hang out there or just do some micro movements to kind of break up that fascia, get things to open up a little bit. After I would roll out the foot, you're hitting the shin, hitting the back of the calf, I would stretch. So I've got a slant board here. You could use a step or a stair of some kind, but great thing about a slant board is you can change the angles as you progress in mobility. So on the slant board, stretch our calves. So there's a couple different ways we can do this. Is we can keep the knee locked, and while we keep the knee locked, we're stretching the gastroc, or we can keep our knee bent and we're stretching the soleus. We can also come up on the toes and stretch our toes. And I really like to press down a little bit while I'm doing this to kind of engage the muscle in that stretched position. So knee locked, knee bent, toes bent. And if you do all these exercises, we're loosening up the fascia in the foot, in the calf, in the shin, and we're stretching it out. You're gonna have a much better time getting into a squat, because if you don't have ankle mobility, your heels are just gonna come up and you're gonna fold forward. So if you're trying to get into a squat, we really need to have ankle mobility. Or you're gonna have to put something under your heels if you're trying to squat down. If you have low back pain, a great solution is to roll out your feet, your calf, and your shin. Give that a shot. Let me know in the comments below if it helps your low back. Give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.